Good morning, everybody. We are glad you all have joined us for today's Pinnacle Stik webinar. We'll get started here in a few minutes. We wanted to go ahead and go live to allow people to get on and get ready to go. If you don't mind going to the chat window on your screen, opening that up and just sending us a chat to let us know that you're here and that you can hear us. And we'll get started here in a few minutes.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. First, for those of you that tried to join us on Tuesday, I want to apologize for the technical glitch that we had, but thank you for joining us today. Today's webinar is brought to you by Principal LED, the guys who actually invented the stick. We're back with a new stick that is the most efficient stick in the industry. My name is Daryl Foreman. I'll be doing most of the presenting today, but I'm joined today by Derek Hopper from our engineering team and Lauren Conaway from our marketing team. Each of those two may have additional items to add to our conversation today. And as we go through this, if you have any questions, please feel free to type those into the chat window as we go along, and we will answer those as you send them in. What are we going to cover today? We are going to be launching our new Pinnacle Stik. Now, some of you may have already seen the Pinnacle Stik. I know several people have received samples. If you need a sample, please let us know. But we're going to be reviewing the specifications and how they compare to our previous products. And we're going to be reviewing the new accessories and features and benefits of the new Pinnacle Stik. Just a quick history on the stick product. In 2014, Principal LED introduced the Quick Stik, and we introduced that at the ISA show in Orlando in 2014. And at that show, we received the award for the best new product at that show. We were very proud of that. And since that time, there's been several evolutions of our stick product, but we've never discontinued any of them. We still sell the Quick Stik. And if that's the product that you want and need, we still have it. Next, we moved to the Street Stik, and what we did was take the same extrusion as we had on the Quick Stik and put our heavyweight module, our Street Fighter heavyweight module on it, and called it a Street Stik. From there, we evolved into the Tap Out, the product we've been selling for the last 2.5 years. Lots of improvements from the Street Stik to the Tap Out, using a brighter chip, more efficient chip, We started adding wire widths to the tap out. 48 inches and below, you received 3 inches of wire. Above 48 inches, you received 6 feet of wire to make it easier to go back to your drivers. The tap out is now available in 24 volt also. If you have any questions on that, feel free to reach out and we'll send you the information on that. But we want to focus today on the new Pinnacle Stik and give you the features and benefits of the Pinnacle Stik. Pinnacle Stik is more efficient than any 12 volt or 24 stick on the market today. It will evenly light a 5x8 double-sided cabinet on a single 12 volt 120 watt power supply. And that's using 5 8-foot double-sided Pinnacles. You can light that with one single 120 watt power supply. These are assembled in the US. It's 540 lumens per foot double-sided, and again at 12 volts. That would make an 8-foot double-sided about 4,320 lumens in total. If you start looking at the specifications, the first difference that you're going to see is that the Pinnacle Stik is 170 degree beam angle, where the tap out was 160. But as you look down, one of the things I wanted to point out is the efficacy or the efficiency of the chip that we're using. In the tap out, we were at 105 lumens per watt. With this new stick, we are at 170 lumens per watt. Get more bang for your buck. The color on the Pinnacle is 6500, where the tap out was closer to 7000 in the end. Still using the same extrusion. The commonality in all of our stick products is the extrusion, so that you're able to fit it into a T12 socket for retrofitting, or use our brackets or any method you choose for new construction. Both of them are a 12 volt system. If you look down, the IP rating is IP67. This does come with our 10-year product and 5-year labor warranty. So please keep that in mind. Guys, this chart, which is available online, will show you the number of sticks, either single-sided or double-sided, that you can put on a 60 watt or 120 watt driver. It will give you the links, the lumens, and the number of modules per stick. Again, this is available now online. Some of the added features, instead of the wire whips that we've been putting on the tap out, we are going to the PosiTap. Now I'm going to let Derek explain the PosiTap and how it's hooked up. Please keep in mind that we do have an installation guide that you can download, and we will also have a video that we will be sending you the link to that video so that you can send that to your customers as well. But Derek, can you explain the PosiTap process for us?
Absolutely. This is going to be an alternative and for how you need to use the PosiTap system with the Pinnacle Stik and power supplies. This is going to be a much better alternative to using traditional wire nuts. As you can see in the bottom left-hand picture, there's a bit of a needle at the bottom of this that goes in, and this allows you to connect 12-gauge hookup wire, which that's going to be the biggest takeaway from this, is that even if you don't decide to use the PosiTaps, you absolutely have to use 12-gauge hookup wire on your power supply for this. As Daryl said, these modules are very efficient, but they have the potential, if you don't use the right gauge wire, to lose voltage. So to help prevent that, you need to use the 12-gauge wire whenever you're doing these installations. So as you can see in the first step in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to be wire nutting on your positive and negative strands, and instead of putting a whip on the sticks themselves, you're going to be more or less putting those along on the power supply to run along the bottom of your sign. So in Daryl's situation where he talked about wiring up the 5x8 sign, you would have 2.5 sticks per leg of that 120. You can run your first 3 feet of wire, just hook that up to one of those legs, run it along the bottom of the cabinet, and come straight down from the stick using these posi taps. And you're going to go to step 2. It's where you unscrew the gray portion from the base of the posi tap, and it has a channel grooved out to go around the 12 gauge wire. Once that's in place, you take the remaining part that's connected to the stick and secure it in place so that that needle will make a secure electrical connection. You can't see it in these pictures necessarily, but when it tightens down, the way this is built, it secures that so it's watertight as well. So there's no worry of ingress from any water or anything like that. When you went to your second leg of that, you would be running another 5 feet of wire to get to the sticks that are further away and go through the same process. So this is just provides you an opportunity where now you only have a 3 foot, maybe a 3 foot set of wire and piece of wire and a 5 foot piece of wire. But instead of having to cut, strip at every single point to wiring up these, you can just come along, use these posi taps, and make the same electrical connection with the same pull test rating as you would get from a wire nut.
Anything else on that, Derek?
I'm sure there is, but it's covered in the video.
Okay.
And as always, everyone here is well versed in our products. And if you have any questions, please feel free to call us or shoot us an email.
I want to stress to everybody the wire. The Pinnacle must be used with 12 gauge stranded wire, and failure to use 12 gauge stranded wire coming from the driver out to the sticks will result in lower lumen output and void our 10-year product and 5-year labor warranty. We do sell the wire. It comes in 50-foot reels, and you can buy that through Principal LED also. You can also buy the posi taps by themselves if you want additional posi taps. They come in bags of 24, and we do have a part number, and you can buy those if you decide to use posi taps in other applications other than just the Pinnacle. So you want to use it on your channel letter jobs, other stick products that you may buy from us. Keep that in mind. You can buy them separately.
Daryl, do you want to talk about the stick connector for just a minute? I'll jump back in our slides.
Yes, if you look, we're trying to find a good picture. I think
I don't know that we have one in here. I apologize, guys.
One of the things that we've decided to do, go to the next one, Lauren. One of the things that we have decided to do, we have come up with a connector that will allow us to actually cut the Pinnacle at 8 feet, 96 inches. So if you buy 108s, 117s, 120s, or anything above 8 feet, we can actually cut it, use a connector so that you can put it back together in the field, and we can then ship the 8-foot sticks much less expensively and with less damage than we do when we ship a 10-foot stick. So there's more on that connector on our website also. As product support, you see Derek on the right-hand side and Dick on the left-hand side. Both have been with us for a very long time. Inside, if you have any engineering questions on this, either one of those guys would be glad to help you. Out in the field, of course, you have me and our newest addition to the sales team, Sam DeMeo. Sam is our new Executive VP of Sales. So we're always available to you also at those email addresses that you see and also those phone numbers, as well as our entire outside sales team. Customer support on the inside, when you call, Kevin Nolan, who has been with us since day one, is VP of Customer Support. Jordan and Carly handle our project management team, and Patrick handles our layout team and the estimating team. All are available to you. When you call into Principal, the very first voice you normally hear is one of these 4 people. They're the ones that answer the phone. All of them are well versed in our products. And Joe, Tina, Jen, and Jessica are ready to take care of you anytime you call in. That's the outside sales team. We have several people around. If you don't know your local rep, that's our fault. Please let me know, and I will make sure that one of them reaches out and comes by and shows you the newest and latest from Principal LED. Online resources. Everything that we talk about today will be online. All of our catalogs, data sheets for these new products, and all of our other products are all online. This webinar and other how-to videos will be available to you from our web page. Online tools, everything from ROI calculators, energy cost savings calculators, and our easy layout builder, all are there. Any questions on how to use any of them, please feel free to reach out to your local rep or give us a call here at Principal LED. Any questions? If you have any questions, please type them into the chat window that you have.
Absolutely, and while we're waiting for a few questions, I just want to call your attention to the handouts attached to this webinar. We have all of the spec sheets on the products that we covered today, so the posi taps, the stick connectors, the Pinnacle Stik itself, along with the retrofit and installation guides. So please feel free to check those out and download those. They'll be available, like Daryl said, on our website, but they're there for you to be able to download today from the webinar.
If you are trying to send us a question through the chat window,
we're seeing them today.
We've got a few, so let's try to answer those, Lauren.
We don't actually have any questions. We just had everybody letting us know they could hear us, which is always a good thing. And if y'all don't have questions, I mean, Daryl did his job, so we appreciate that.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. We are here for you if you need us. Take care and have a good weekend.
Thank you all so much.